Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing this eye look. It is a double cut crease with a halo eye lid and lashes, and it is a look using the Lunar Beauty Greek Goddess palette. This is sold at Sephora. We recently acquired Manny's brand, and this palette is in stores right now. Absolutely love it. The color scheme is beautiful, and I've done quite a few like natural everyday looks with it. The color range is huge, so you can really do anything. But for the look that I want to feature a tutorial using this palette on, I want to do something a little bit more artistic and a little more sculptural than I normally would do on my channel. So hence the double cut crease, which I don't think I've ever featured a look like this before. But yeah, really pretty. Love how it came out, and I will stop chatting so we can get into the video, and here's how to achieve this look. Alright, I'll see you soon. Alright, last time. This is the third time I filmed in this video. So I'm going to take a little bit of Fenty concealer, shade 290. I'm using a concealer that's a couple shades lighter than my skin tone because some of the colors that are in the palette that I'm going to use are either very similar to my skin tone or lighter than, like exactly, like, I don't know what I'm saying, that are lighter than my skin tone, so they won't show up at all. And then I'm going to take a large paddle brush and the shade Hestia, which is this light shade right here, the first one on the left. I'm going to use this to set the eyes. So I'm just going over liberally. We want to make sure that the concealer doesn't have any tacky texture to it. The last time I did this look, I did not set it enough, and I had a real huge issue with blending. It's the same thing on the other side. So the first shade I'm taking is Cleo. It's this one right here. It's like a light, slightly gray undertoned brownish pink. It reminds me a lot of Wedge from MAC, or Cork, one of the two. Same thing on the other side. This color is really just to kind of map out where the others are going to go. You don't need to be too careful. And also, because we're going to cut this with concealer, don't worry too much about the lower part of the crease, more so worry about perfect blending on the top. Then taking Persephone, which is this one right here, and I'm just lightly putting that right in the crease, starting to define that shape a little bit more and winging it up. Cool. Now I'm taking Artemis. Artemis is this really beautiful orangey toned, like burnt umber. It's like very similar to Sienna from Anastasia, and I'm going to start that right on the outer part of the crease and then bring it in, and then blend it up a little bit, wing it out, add some warmth. Super pretty. Oops, sorry. Next side. So I'm going to take now a pencil brush and Artemis and go right in the hollow of the crease, really define that orange tone. Add a little more Artemis right in the crease. And then taking my blending brush with no additional color and just softening that edge. Cool. Alright, now I'm going to take where is it? Where's the color? Aphrodite, here she is. Gorgeous, gorgeous plum aubergine shade. On my pencil brush, I'm going to put that right in the crease, focusing it mainly on the outer corner, but then winging it out also. Sorry, I don't know if I keep going out of frame. Okay. You're really just trying to carve out that crease shape, winging it out. Pretty. To aid in blending, I'm going to pick up a little bit of Aphrodite, the dark purple that we're using, and just soften itself. This is a little trick you can do if your lines are getting a little bit harsh. Picking up a little more Artemis and going on top of Aphrodite and blending that out so that they have more blend and cohesion together. I don't know what I'm saying. Alright, and then just keep blending, and then remember to wing that up. And I want to further intensify the crease, so I'm taking more of Aphrodite. I'm going to go in, especially on this side, it needs more. And remember, don't be too worried about the bottom part, mostly worry about the top part of your creases. Nice and blended. Now taking Calliope, which is the darkest shade, it's a dark plum, like eggplant tone. I'm putting that right on that outer corner and bringing it in. And then wing it out. Cool. So that looks really ugly right now, and we're just gonna soften that edge. I'm gonna pick up a little bit of Aphrodite and go right on top of Calliope. Perfect, same thing on the other side. Going on top with the previous color is going to help you get really nice soft gradation, and then going back in with that deeper color after is going to really help make it look a little more seamless. So with the tiniest bit of Calliope, I'm going to go back in with my pencil brush and just run it right along the bottom, just so we have that depth for when we go in with concealer. Okay, cool. Now we're going to cut the crease, and I'm taking a little bit more of the Fenty on the back of my hand, use it as a palette, and I'm going to take a little bit on the back of a Morphe 224, yeah, and I'm going to cut the crease out. So I'm going to start from that inner corner, and just come right across. And then just carve out the end as well. So do the same thing on the other side. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to take a MAC 242, and a little bit more of Hestia and set everything. Bringing it right up to the crease. Cool. I'm now going to go back in with a flat defining brush and add a little more intensity with the other colors. So I'm taking Aphrodite and pushing that right into the top of that line to make sure it's crisp. I'm just deepening that up a little bit. I also noticed the right side's a little more saturated, so it's needed more color anyway. Same thing on the outer part. Perfect. And I think I'm going to go in with a little bit of Calliope too, the darkest shade. Cool. Alright, so now this is the hardest part. We have to then create another crease or lid without going into the upper one and keeping enough space so you can still see a line. So I'm taking Aphrodite on this brush with this brush, starting from the inner corner, keeping my eyes forward and open. And I'm going to use the flat part as an advantage to get my placement. I'm going to carry that over. So just like that, we want to have that line in between the two colors of the Hestia, that lighter shade. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side, staying open. I'm going to connect the two. And then really make sure that line is sharp. And then that's also going to be our wing, is that line. Perfect. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. So now we're going to go in with Calliope, the darkest shade. And this is what's going to create the halo eye on the inner lid that we made. And start that right in that inner corner. Get the lashes, or lash line, I'm sorry. And then bring that up, just like that. Just like that. And then further enforce that wing, just like that. Same thing on the other side. Cool. Same thing. I think these a little darker. Then same thing on the other side. Sorry. Keep getting out of frame. And kind of just drag that across. Cool. Alright. Then we're going to do the lower lash line, a little bit of glitter, and then we'll be done. So taking my pencil brush, I'm taking a little bit of Aphrodite, running that under and connecting it. Same thing on the other side. And then taking a large blending brush and a little bit of Artemis, which is the bright orange, and just running that underneath the eye to add warmth and to smoke that out. Perfect. Now with my flat definer brush, I'm taking Calliope. I'm running that right in the lashes. Cool. Now you could leave the eye look matte. I am going to add a little bit of shimmer. I'm taking my MAC 242 in the shade Hestia, which is this gorgeous gold, really, really pretty, this Hestia. And I'm going to put that right on the inner corner, or right on the center of the lid, I'm sorry. And just focus that right on the center, kind of feather out the edges. Boom. Same thing on the other side. I'm going to take Iris, which is a light champagne pink. Put that right on the center of the eye. Really pretty. And same thing on the lower. I'm going to take a break because my battery's also dying, that's why I'm rushing. So let me just calm down, let it charge, and then we'll be back. Alright guys, so I wrapped up on the eyes, added some lashes, a little bit of liner, and then an inner corner wing. Unfortunately, I didn't realize that the camera was not recording before, so you didn't get to see that part. But those were the most boring parts, is just putting lashes on and doing a little triangle in the inner corner. But yeah, so here's the finished look. I did do a little bit of light contouring, some highlight, and brows, and that's about it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry this was a long one, but I wanted to talk through all the steps because there were quite a few for this look. But I've been loving the Lunar Beauty palette, really excited about these colors. They're ones that really speak to me. They're, you know, I love my warm tones and coppers, and they're really fun. But even this blue I think I'll end up using quite a bit. It's really fun. Maybe could have put that a little bit on the lower lash line, who knows. And until then guys, I will see you next time. Bye.